Hello and welcome back to our channel, and today I am taking you down to Uncle Sam's because recently we did a video at Five Guys and I promised you that I was going to take you to a burger place that is my personal favourite and one that I actually think in every way for me trumps Five Guys. I want to see if you guys agree with me, so let's get inside and let me show you my favourite ever burger place. So we have come in and sat down now. We have got a nice little table over in the corner, an incredibly warm welcome. They have got a menu on the wall, which is why I'm looking to my right. There is a selection of burgers. So you've got hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chili burgers, original burgers, garlic burgers, Thousand Island burgers, an awful lot of burgers. There's also veggie selections, chicken burgers and sides and platters, so things like chicken bites, onion rings, mozzarella dippers, things like that. I have gone for an Allstar burger, which is I've gone for a double as well, so 2 patties. I have got red onion, pickles, tomato, that'll be coming out, cheese, and a large portion of chips as well. I've also got a Coke, so I went for the meal deal, and it cost me £11.90 in total for my large meal deal, with doubling up on the burger patties as well. We're just waiting for it to arrive, and when it does, I will show you why it is my preferred option over Five Guys. So the food has now turned up, and just look at this burger here. How tasty does that look? And you can see on the inside just here, I've got some of the homemade chilli, just a small amount. I didn't want massive, so a small amount of chilli there, which I was assured works really well. And just going to show you the inside here as well. So here we've got the nicely melted cheese, lettuce, red onion, pickles, tomato and some mayonnaise. And you guys know me, I'm not the biggest tomato fan, so I am going to take my tomato out and feed it to Wayne. We'll pop it just down here for him. But I just wanted to show you exactly how it comes, and all of these vegetables or salad items look so incredibly fresh as well, and really nicely presented as well. The way they've taken the care to have the onion rings all spread out evenly. Unlike in Five Guys, if you remember, Wayne had jalapenos that were kind of all wedged in one position. This has actually been spread out really nicely. Another little Five Guys comparison, if you remember, I've displayed it on the palm of my hand. This is a lot bigger than the Five Guys burger that we had, and in my opinion it also looks a lot tastier. Chips here, they are very warm and nice and freshly cooked, so we're going to go straight in with a chip first. And they are hot, they are crispy, they are very nicely cooked. I always like Uncle Sam's chips. They are one of my favourite fast food takeaway chips. I just think they taste really good. You know, just standard chips. They haven't got the skin on or anything like that. I personally prefer chips without skin on. I know some people prefer skin on fries. My preference is not for the skin, which is probably why I like these ones so much. Now obviously I did get a meal deal, which I've already told you the cost of, but just for comparison, these chips, I think yes, we have got slightly less than we had at Five Guys. Their small portions are huge, but the Five Guys portion was £4.45. This is Uncle Sam's large fries and they are £2.85, so much cheaper and still a very good portion size there, more than enough for me. Let's go in and taste test the burger. And that initial bite, those flavours work so well together. Everything is cooked fresh in the morning, so there is nothing kind of hanging around. It's all freshly cooked, and you can tell that when you taste it because the freshness really does come through. The chilli is giving it a really nice subtle kick. It's not overpowering, it's not too much for me. You guys know that I'm not big into spice, but for me that is working really well. The burger patties themselves are incredibly well cooked. I'm trying to see if I can show you. Oh, I don't know if I can. But they have been cooked really nicely. There is a really nice smoky kind of flavour to them, which I'm guessing is from the grill. They are juicy, they are not dry, they are just juicy and full of flavour, and you can taste that they are really good quality. I do love red onion in a burger. I think the kind of sweetness of a red onion as opposed to a regular white onion is a really nice addition, and I really do recommend red onions in a burger. And the bun itself is just a standard white bun, nice and soft, and I think it has been lightly toasted as well. Feels like it has had a nice light bit of toasting, and all in all it just works incredibly well together. So when it comes to pricing on this burger, if you weren't buying it as part of the deal like I did, the actual Allstar with a single patty would be £5.70. If you wanted to double up and get two, that would be an extra £2.40, so that would be £8.10, as opposed to £11.55 is what we paid yesterday in Five Guys. And yes, we were only there yesterday. I will turn into a burger if I keep eating like this, as you know, to coin another mother phrase. But yeah, so a lot cheaper than Five Guys, but in my opinion, the flavour is different. It is a different flavour to Five Guys, but I actually prefer the taste of this. It somehow tastes a little bit fresher. When you have Five Guys, it is a very dense kind of burger, and it is tasty, don't get me wrong. I do like a Five Guys as well. You get the kind of dense heaviness with the Five Guys. With this, it is lighter somehow. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if it's coming through correctly, but it is light, it is fresh, it is very, very tasty, and those burgers in there are so juicy and well cooked as well. This, for me personally, wins every time. Now, because I don't eat pickles or tomatoes, I have just instructed Wayne to nibble on them for me and give me his verdict, and he has said the tomato is lovely and juicy, it's not cold, it's brought to room temperature, so that is nice. He approves of the pickles, so everything is getting a big thumbs up. And when you actually consider the price difference between coming somewhere like this and going somewhere like Five Guys, the food is good quality at both places, but this definitely wins out in terms of the money. Right, I'm gonna finish eating this now, and then we shall give you our final thoughts when I'm done. So we finished up and come outside now, and we're going to give you our final thoughts and verdict on Uncle Sam's down in Eastbourne. I don't think I mentioned we were at the Eastbourne one. They are a small franchise as well, so they've got about 13 different branches across Sussex. Now, when we sum up, let's start with the actual restaurants. Now, compared to Five Guys, and I am going to do a little comparison with Five Guys, there is no denying that Uncle Sam's, it does look a little bit tired on the inside, and it's important to distinguish between tired and dirty. It is in no way dirty. It was spotlessly clean. We saw the kitchen area, we saw the seating area, everything was spotlessly clean. There was just a couple of things, you know, a couple of the chairs had little scuffs and tears in the fabric. Unfortunately, I think in this day and age when a lot of businesses are struggling to survive, the smaller places, a lot of the time the money is probably focused into actually just getting the ingredients and getting the really essential items. So perhaps things like the decor do suffer a little bit. However, that is just, you know, the decoration, the kind of, you know, icing on top of the cake, if you like. It does not impact the quality of the food or the general overall enjoyment. But yeah, in terms of Five Guys with its bells and whistles and bright red and its branding, Uncle Sam's isn't quite to that level. But then we get onto things like the greeting. Now, the man that greeted us at Uncle Sam's today could not have been any more friendly at all. He was an absolutely lovely man. He even invited Wayne back into the kitchen to show him kind of the behind the scenes, which Wayne, of course, gratefully did, because it's always fun to see things like that and see how the kitchens are running. Incredibly friendly, helpful, just a really nice, warm welcome, and absolutely 10 out of 10 for the service and the welcome. Now, moving on to the food as a whole, that food was just absolutely delicious, and I am a little bit biased. As I said, I have been to Uncle Sam's for many, many years of my life. I'm not going to try and pretend it's my first time there. It is already one of my favourite burger restaurants, so I knew I was going to like it. But that is partly why I wanted to show you guys it as well, just because it is such a nice place to eat, and it does do such delicious food too. And the food, yes, it is slightly different to Five Guys. They are both burgers, but as I said, the Five Guys burger is smaller, it's denser, it's heavier. Uncle Sam's, everything tastes perhaps just a little bit fresher, lighter. They're both good. I'm not going to put one above the other, I don't think. They are a different kind of style of burger to each other, but they are both incredibly delicious. When it comes down to pricing, however, my burger meal here at Uncle Sam's cost me £11.90. That does include 55 pence for a mayo dip. They do charge for their dips at Uncle Sam's. That is the only thing that Five Guys wins out on. Five Guys, the dips are free, but Uncle Sam's is 55 pence. So my meal was £11.90. That was the double meal as well, and I went large, and I got the dip. Now, Five Guys, I think I spent about just over £20 for a burger, chips and a drink. So when you think about it, what we've just had was almost half the price of what we had in Five Guys. And that is why I find it hard to justify Five Guys' prices, because although Five Guys is way above McDonald's in terms of quality, Five Guys is not way above Uncle Sam's in terms of quality. I would say the quality at Uncle Sam's is on a par, if not higher, than Five Guys, and the price here is so much more affordable. And that is why I would say, if you are looking for a good burger restaurant, try out your local independents, and if you are in Sussex, definitely get down to Uncle Sam's, because you will not be disappointed. Try out your locals, try out your independents. You will often get better pricing, friendlier service and top quality food. In terms of what we are going to score today, our overall score for Uncle Sam's, I want to give it a 10, but I think that's probably just because I like it so much. So I'm going to be realistic, taking into account the price, the food, the restaurant, the quality. I'm still going to give it a 9. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because it is top quality, fresh food at a good price with friendly service. There is nothing I can really fault, apart from the fact you've got to pay 55p for a dip, but I'll let them get away with that. They used to do brown buns, actually, brown seeded buns with their burgers, and I think I slightly preferred the brown seeded bun that they used to do. But again, it's a tiny change. So 9 out of 10 for Uncle Sam's today. And do let us know in the comments, have you ever been to an Uncle Sam's? If you are not in this area, do you have a favourite kind of independent burger restaurant where you are, one that you can recommend? Let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoy our channel, please do hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment and ding that notification bell so you don't ever miss one of our videos. And I will see you at another table another time.